They made an Unearthed Arcana update for the Hexblade Warlock. I'm so excited. Are you excited? You better be. Otherwise, why would you not just click off this video? Don't do that, no. Now this is only playtest material, but I'm still very excited to see if this new version can get it. But first, we're going to be covering a brand new Sorcerer subclass, Ancestral Sorcery, where your magic comes from having a badass up in your family tree. And also I bumped into a cartoon bird again.
Wake up, liberal. It's time to tap into your ancestral sorcery.
Jacob Crowe!
Ancestral Sorcery. Bear the power of a spellcasting lineage. That sounds cool as fuck.
I like the idea. Your fucking like avatar forebear, your Uncle Iroh, is just like reaching out to you from the spirit realm to give you guidance.
You can do so much with this.
This reminds me of what I like about like the Warlock, where like you have like your patron that is like speaking to you and giving you advice and stuff.
Your innate magic comes from a specific ancestor who wielded such awesome magical power that a fragment of their personality guides you. This ancestor grants you guidance and direction as you explore your innate magical abilities. You might be the ancestor's sole surviving descendant, a reincarnation who bears an eerie resemblance to your ancestor, or a victim of a curse gained from handling your ancestor's personal effects.
I kind of like the flavor of this a lot.
I love this flavor. You're a sorcerer because Grandpapa was great? Like, that's awesome.
Grandpapa was the goat.
This.
You know what's really great about this? As a GM, this gives me fodder to put their tomb somewhere. Put their artifacts that they carried with them. Because if they were this powerful that they had this lineage, they're gonna be in the world. People will remember them even. Maybe they even remember them in a way that is incorrect. And like you could have like a little cult of people who like followed his teachings and bastardized them. And like their leader is like this asshole who sees you as like this usurper that is lying to people about who he was, you know?
There's so many ways you can take this because like how strong the connection your player character is to the ancestor can vary so greatly, and that will change this drastically. Like, do they have a direct communication to them? Are they like a force ghost guiding them Obi-Wan style? Or is it so disconnected that they just don't even know them and they're trying to find out who they were?
You could even do like a Dante Virgil kind of thing to where like maybe there is another person who's like another descendant and they're like the dark side you know?
Oh, fuck.
That's pretty good, right?
That's awesome.
Feel free to steal that.
The features here.
Anyone watching this, feel free to steal that.
Take it. Level 3, Ancestors Lore. You use your force of personality to channel your ancestors' knowledge. Perfect. When you make an intelligence check, you gain a bonus to the check equal to your charisma modifier. You also gain proficiency in one of these skills of your choice: Arcana, History, Investigation, Nature, or Religion. The intelligence skills. Fucking love it. That's
good.
Great.
Smash, easily, yeah. That is a very flavorful lore skill. Usually lore skills are pretty boring.
Agreed. Yeah, they usually are. I love the idea of being able to make this an intelligence-based subclass, but not by relying on the character also having a good intelligence score, but rather giving it to them through their spellcasting ability. That's really cool, and it fits the flavor. So, I love it.
Yeah, because then it's like your ancestor's the one who's actually the smart one.
Right, exactly.
You're
the sociable one, but then he's the smart one. That's great. Visage of the Ancestor. Choose the form your ancestor takes, which might resemble the ancestor in life or a symbolic creature. While your innate sorcery feature is active, this form appears in a spectral haze around you, and you have an advantage on any ability checks you make as part of the influence action. Okay.
I really like the idea of, because influence action would be things like trying to convince people or things like that, to where like your Uncle Iroh appears before you and is like behind you as you speak. It's almost like, you know, they're with you as you're having this conversation. That's kind of interesting.
I need to remember what the innate sorcery feature is, because it says when that's active. As a bonus action, you can unleash your magic for 1 minute. Spell save DC increases by 1. You have advantage on attack rolls of sorcerer spells you cast. You can use it twice. Okay, so it gives you an outside of combat reason to use this.
Yeah, you like flare up, you go Super Saiyan, because they wanted to make sorcerers feel more like magic is an innate part of your body, as opposed to like, you know, the wizard thing of like the studiousness and whatnot.
But no, this is really cool. I'd smash Visage of... Fuck, why can't I say Visage? I'd smash this feature. Easy.
100%. Huge smash. Gilf.
Level 6. Superior Spell Disruption. Your Ancestor's spellcasting mastery aids you in breaking spells. You always have Counterspell and Dispel Magic prepared.
Okay. I like it, but I don't see how this connects to the flavor. I'm not gonna lie. It feels a little dissonant.
Two things I don't like about this. Exactly what you just said. What the fuck does this have to do with your Ancestor? It's like, oh, by the way, now that you're level 6, let me just let you know, your Ancestor was really good at counter magic. What?
Yeah, it's
That's
like,
so...
What? It's like you're adding something to their history now, and it feels a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. It really comes out of left field. It's strong, but like it's comes out of nowhere. Like
comes out of nowhere, and it's once again. I was bitching about this earlier. It's just a feature that says spellcasting.
Wait, it keeps going.
On a different part of the page, it keeps going. I actually only read part of it. That's really good. While your innate sorcery feature is active, which includes your little spectral ancestor, you can cast each spell without expending a spell slot. If you cast Counterspell this way, the target has disadvantage on its Constitution saving throw. If you cast disadvantage, you have advantage on your ability check to end ongoing spells. Once you cast either spell without a spell slot, you have to finish a long rest. Fuck.
Damn, son.
That's really cool.
I like the idea of you do the flare up, your ancestor's there with you, and he like casts alongside you. I see the vision again. My issue is this, that it's Counterspell and Dispel Magic.
Yeah, I don't get the flavor.
I don't get the flavor either. Here's what I think they should do instead. Here's my rewrite.
Here's the Crow rewrite.
So your ancestor already gives you spells from the these lineage spells, right?
All of the subclasses always get their subclass spells, and you get some from your ancestor.
What if you can pick from your lineage spells, any one of your lineage spells, you pick 2, and then when your innate sorcery feature is active, you do the same thing here to where any ability check you have advantage on, and any saving throw they have disadvantage on.
That would be really cool, yeah.
Yeah. And then if you wanted to, you could throw Counterspell and Dispel Magic on there to make it so that that's a possibility.
And by attaching it to the ancestral spell lists, you could easily rein that in. Like with what they currently are right now, things like Spiritual Weapon, a Magic Circle, and stuff like that, there's not a lot of great options within the current list to, I think, make your idea work. But you could easily swap them out with other things that would make it more impactful. It would let you tailor this to whatever you want your ancestry to be, not just... I don't read Ancestral Sorcery and I think anti-magic sorcerer.
Yeah, that does not make any sense.
In general, it's a strong feature and I do ultimately like it. So I very hesitantly smash.
Smash with caveats.
Smash with caveats.
Yeah.
There's a bag on your head. Ancestral Majesty. Your ancestor's visage. Why can't I say visage?
It's just not your word, bro.
Your ancestor's visage.
Visage.
Your ancestor's visage. Your ancestor's visage evokes awe or dread. While your innate sorcery feature is active, you are surrounded by a magical aura in a 5-foot emanation. Whenever a creature you can see enters the emanation or ends its turn there, you can force that creature to make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, the target has the prone condition or has the frightened condition until the end of your turn. Your choice.
Wait, you can force them to prone?
Creature makes the save only once per turn.
Do they have to bow? That's kind of funny.
Is that what it is? Is that the awe? Is the awe is like, oh my god. Oh.
I love that. That's so funny. No, I kind of like it. No, that's pretty cool.
I don't get it.
No, that's great. They're with you. They're like, whoa, like they're emitting this energy around you. You're like walking before your enemies and they all just are forced to kneel. That's so cool.
That is pretty cool. It seems like it's not super strong for a level 14 thing.
Yeah, it's only 5 feet.
They are a spellcaster, so their shit's already strong. Okay, I don't know, man. I don't know. Once again, there's a vague connection to the ancestry, but I don't feel like a strong one.
I think the lore of it actually does connect. My issue is just like, you're right, it's level 14, and all you get is like a fear aura that's only 5 feet.
Yeah, very small fear aura on a sorcerer who wants to stay as far away as possible. Man, I don't know how to feel about this one. This is tough, dude.
It's cool, though. I think it's pretty cool.
Pass.
Smash with caveat. I'm still going at it sloppy style, but yeah.
Steady Spellcaster. Your deep connection with your ancestor steadies you. Taking damage can't break your concentration on sorcerer spells.
Wow. That's strong.
I love that. And I also see the flavor on this one. I don't know if you do, but I do.
I see it a lot, actually. I like
fucking
I
anime
love this
moment where it's like, oh no, focus your mind, young one.
Yeah,
you are
can
at
do
ease
this
in this battle.
Okay,
stay fast, concentrate. Fucking awesome.
I'm not gonna lie. I think you're right, actually, about our Ancestral Majesty. Now that I see Steady Spellcaster, here's what I think Ancestral Majesty needs to be. While you have your innate sorcery feature active, that your ancestor can allow you to focus on an additional sorcerer spell.
Fuck no. No.
Yes,
Crow's not a game designer for a reason. Do not listen to this. Do not listen to this bird.
Yes. It only lasts till the end of the innate sorcery feature, which is just a minute.
Which is a minute.
Yeah.
So it's for one fight you get to dual.
Yes.
Insane. That's insane.
Let me have fun,
crazy.
motherfucker. Thomas hates fun. That's what he's trying to say.
I fucking despise it. Because Ancestral Majesty is, in addition to this feature, it's like a little tack on, I actually like it a lot more now, and I think I will smash it. I will retroactively go back and smash.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bag is off.
Bag is off, and we fucking... Ancestor's Ward. Your ancestor's protection redirects harmful magic away from you. While your innate sorcery feature is active, you gain advantage on saving throws against spells. Fuck.
That's so cool.
Once during your use of innate sorcery, when you fail a saving throw against a spell, you can choose to succeed instead. You get...
That is so cool. He just fucking raises his hand and just stops it.
That's awesome. So flavorful, fits level 18 so well.
Oh, definitely.
Good and strong, as well as fun.
Imagine you're fighting like Vecna, and he's like, oh, you fool, and then he like fingers of deaths you, and then your ancestor stands up and just like holds his hand up and just like blocks the beam, and then he's like, holy shit, it's fucking...
Gregory,
how did you get here?
Oh my god. While the Ancestral Sorcerer isn't the most viscerally exciting thing I've ever seen, I can't deny that 6 smashes out of a total 6 features means that this subclass has received a perfect score. Was this a character fantasy I was craving? Not really, but now that it's in front of me, I'm more intrigued than I thought I'd be. For what the fantasy is, the subclass isn't perfect, but overall, every feature is a net positive. So there are no more complaints, no more caveats. We smash. But next, we're going to cover something that is near and dear to the heart of the D&D community. A new, updated Hexblade Warlock.
Hexblade Patron. You've made a pact with a sentient magic weapon and the cursed forces contained within its blade. Such a weapon could be the sword sheathed at your side, or it could be a manifestation of an infamous magic weapon like Black Razor, or the Sword of Kos, which made an appearance in Crispy's Tavern's 10th Tomb episodes.
Plug.
If you're willing to watch those, starring myself, Fall Cosplay, and 𝙂𝘍𝘼𝘍. Also, You Might Be a D&D. Great YouTube channels and TikTok, Instagram influencers. Love them. They're all great nerds. Projecting its power to further its legend. To those willing to follow the weapon's whims, these inscrutable patrons offer the power to bestow malignant curses, deliver punishing blows, and bolster the wielder.
Yeah, we're familiar with the Hexblade. They're taking a second crack at it. This is a beloved subclass.
Starting at first level, you gain the ability to place a baleful curse on someone. As a bonus action, choose one creature you can see within 30 feet of you. The target is cursed for 1 minute. The curse ends early. If the target dies, you die or you are incapacitated. Until the curse ends, you gain the following benefits. Benefit number 1, you gain a bonus to damage rolls against the cursed target. The bonus equals your proficiency bonus. Any attack roll you make against the cursed target is a critical hit and a roll of 19 or 20 on the d20. If the cursed target dies, you regain hit points equal to your warlock level. You can't use this feature again until you finish a short or long rest.
A beloved feature. People love Hexblade's Curse.
You're like a mini champion, which you get really easily. Level 1, you don't even have to make the dips into champion. You get self-heal, and yeah.
But now this shit doesn't come at level 1. It comes at level 3, and they have changed it to this.
Bonus action. Choose one creature you can see within 30 feet of yourself. Still the same. Curse for 1 minute, during which you gain the benefits below. The curse ends early if you use the feature again. You dismiss it, no action required, or die. Okay, so already is a buff. You still have it when you're incapacitated, so when you get dropped, you still have it. You use this feature a number of times equal to your charisma modifier. I think that's the same, right? You regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest.
No. Back in the old day, you got one use of it.
One use because shorter
So
long
this
rest.
is a massive change. You now get to use it equal to your charisma mod.
Which is going to be like 4 or 5, let's be real.
However, you regain all expended uses when you finish a long rest, not a short or long rest. So you get it back less frequently, but who gives a fuck? You have 5 of them.
Yeah, that's crazy. When you cast a spell using a spell slot that curses a target, you can use your Hexblade's curse as part of casting that spell instead of taking a bonus action. That's kind of cool.
That's really cool.
So you hex someone and then Hexblade's curse them. This actually cleans up a lot of your action economy as a warlock because you want to be casting other curses and bestow curse and hexes, especially early game, you're casting hex a lot. When you do so, the target of your spell is the target of your Hexblade's curse, and your Hexblade's curse duration is either 1 minute or the spell's duration, whichever is longer. Ooh. Wait, bestow curse can last indefinitely, can't it? If you cast it at 9th level?
I think if you go like that high, I think it is something crazy.
That could be kind of funny. You just permanently Hexblade's curse someone? That's kind of funny.
That is pretty cool.
Hungering Hex. When the target cursed by Hexblade curse drops with 0 hit points, you regain hit points equal to 1d8 plus your charisma mod. Higher early, lower late. When you aren't wearing armor or wearing a shield, gain a +2 bonus to AC while you're within 10 feet of the target cursed by Hexblade curse. Ooh.
Okay.
Wait.
So this is very different.
You just get it when you're within 10 feet of them.
Yeah. It's not even against them.
It's just period, but you have to be within 10 feet.
This is fascinating. This is so different than what it used to be. It sounds very similar, but this is going to play insanely differently.
You have a much more cleaned up action economy too. You might actually be able to use your smites on your second turn instead of using more bonus actions for spellcasting.
You have way more uses, and this leads to you the ability to kind of be tanky, in which you can regain a bunch more hit points as you constantly just jump it to the next guy who's about to die.
This has a pretty good uptime.
If you're pairing it with something like a spell with Hex, it's going to have a damn near constant uptime. Another thing I love about this, and it is my biggest gripe about the Hexblade Warlock, and some people are going to vehemently disagree with me on this, but I think the original Hexblade Warlock had this one issue of kind of promising you're a warlock that's using this weapon, this melee-based warlock, but not really delivering on the melee fantasy. Because honestly, it'd usually be stronger if you just spammed Eldritch Blast still. So many of its features weren't tied to this idea of helping you survive melee or increasing your melee potency. All of your features could still work on the classic Eldritch Blast spam. And I felt like that was kind of a missed opportunity.
Because it's any attack roll.
Right.
When you Hexblades curse them with the 19 and 20 crits. So you could still just Eldritch Blast because those are attack rolls.
Absolutely. You could always just use all of its features on Eldritch Blast spam. And granted, that's still the case with this. You can still do that. But the features of the Hexblade Curse are now, instead of promoting some extra damage and stuff, it's promoting durability. You get AC bonuses when you're really close in melee, and you get to constantly move around your curse and regain hit points, meaning you have so much more survivability when in melee.
I always like the fantasy of a drain tank, if you've ever played Warlocks in World of Warcraft. I like the idea of lifesteal tanking, going back and forth between people, cursing them, making them weaker, make you stronger. I really like that character fantasy, and it is something I always felt was lacking in the D&D 5e Warlock Hexblade.
I think, even though this is quite a different version of Hexblade's Curse, and the crit fishers are going to be upset, to me this is strong smash. I think it is better.
Yeah, I like this. The crit fishing was a little boring.
In addition to that, at first level, the old subclass used to get Hex Warrior.
You gain proficiency with medium armor, shields, and martial weapons. Whenever you finish a long rest, you can touch one weapon you're proficient with that lacks two-handed property. And when you attack with that weapon, you can use a charisma modifier instead of strength or dexterity for attack and damage rolls. Now, remind me of this. Pact of the Blade has changed significantly.
Yeah, there's lots of changes to it. They made it way better. You no longer need the Hex Warrior to be able to actually use the Pact weapon. Warlocks can just do melee shit now.
The feature's redundant now. It was always a little weird, I'm not gonna lie, because it made it so Hexblade's the only one that would ever want to use Pact of the Blade.
Absolutely. It was frustrating to try to do it with any other.
When this came out, if I recall, they added a bunch of new, like, invocations to try to make using melee better, but you basically had to take all of them in order to make it good.
You had to take all of them and lose out on so much shit just to get the normal effects of a melee character.
Yeah.
And now it's just all in the packed weapon to begin with. I misremembered this by quite a bit. I'm still very new to the 2024 rule set. Warlocks do receive a lot of Hex Warriors traits alongside Pact of the Blade. Most importantly, they can use their Charisma modifier with the Pact weapon. However, Pact of the Blade is now in Eldritch Invocation. Pact boons as a separate feature are gone, and now you have to lean into your limited Eldritch invocations to even get it. In addition to that, things like Thirsting Blade, which let you attack twice, are still separate invocations that you'll need to take in order to keep up as a melee character. With that being said, Warlocks are able to take more invocations than they were before, roughly an extra 2 at each level. So it's a bit more flexible than it was before, though not as much as I was thinking in this moment. So this feature is obsolete. They've removed it from the new one. And it also was imperfectly written too. Like, why can you not use a two-handed weapon? That's just dumb.
Just let me use it, bro. Like, let me use a greatsword. Like, come on, man.
That's redundant. All that stuff's on base Warlock with the Pact of the Weapon. So now instead they've replaced it with Unyielding Will.
When you succeed on a saving throw to maintain concentration, each creature of your choice in a 10-foot emanation originating from you takes 2d6 necrotic damage. Holy shit. Okay. Once you use this benefit, you can't do so again. Okay, so there's a limit. I thought it was like every single time you just boop.
Hardly though.
AoE everybody.
Like, fuck me. It doesn't even take your reaction?
Wait a second. Wait, this keeps going.
Once per round?
In addition, when you fail a saving throw to maintain concentration, you can choose to succeed instead, and you gain a number of temporary hit points equal to 1d10 plus your Warlock level. So that's where they put the Warlock level stuff in. There is temp HP. So if you get hit, you just fucking explode, and you get temp HP.
Fucking smash.
The second part only has it has a long rest benefit.
Who gives a shit? That's so strong at 3rd level?
That's really cool. I
Smash
wish it was shorter
hard.
long rest, man. Ugh.
That would be cool. That would be cool, but this is still so strong regardless. Every single round, if you ever have to make a concentration check,
Which is every time you get hit.
each creature of your choice within 10 feet, anything within melee range and a bit more, takes 2d6.
Imagine you put like Armor of Agathis on you. Every single time someone hits you, they take damage, and then you
Boom,
explode,
damage.
and then they all
Boom,
take damage.
And then in addition, it keeps going, and the first time you fail a concentration check you really want to keep, such as on your Hex, to keep your Hexblade's curse moving around, you just don't have to. And you get more durable. Holy shit, this is amazing. They have made it a melee subclass finally. Thank God, I love it.
Huge smash. Buying it flowers. I'm gonna take it on a nice date first. Like, I don't want to just smash. I want to like indulge, you know?
I'm buying it whatever it wants. I am a pay piggy to this shit. Going back to the original subclass, at 6th level, they got a Cursed Spectre.
You curse the soul of a person you slay, temporarily binding it to your service. You cause a spirit to rise from its corpse as a specter. When the specter appears, it gains temporary hit points equal to half your Warlock
It
level.
made an undead, and it gave it buffs to be able to actually, like, have some strength beyond being an undead. This is gone. Fully gone. And instead, they now have this feature.
Malign Brutality. Your patron's might furthers your bloodthirst, granting you the following benefits. Harrowing Hex. Whenever you cast a level 1+ spell that has a casting time of an action, you can make one attack with a weapon as a bonus action. Ooh.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Just on that alone, I'm already very excited.
Hindering Curse. When you hit the target cursed by your Hexblade's curse with an attack roll, the target has disadvantage on the next saving throw it makes before the start of your next turn.
Okay, one more.
An Inescapable Hex. When the target of your Hexblade's curse ends its turn 30 feet or further from you, you can move up to your speed straight towards the target. Okay. I see the character fantasy now.
I fucking love this, dude. This is insane.
So it says when they end their turn, you move your speed straight towards them. It doesn't say as a reaction.
No, it
You
doesn't.
they end their fucking turn and you just zoom, 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 you know? You just You just like fucking teleports behind you. Fucking just like rush your way over towards them. That's great.
This is amazing. Mwah. It's exactly what you want as a spellcasting melee class. When I cast a spell, I don't use up my whole turn. I also get to do the melee stuff too. I don't have to pick and choose. I get a bit of both. And then the opposite is when you hit someone, you can then follow up with a more likely to succeed spell. It mixes the concept of melee spellcaster so well, dude.
It makes it so you have this weird, like, close to mid-range kind of play style, right? Where, like, you're mid-range when you're casting, and then you zoom in on people who you curse, and you basically make it so you stick onto them. There's this kind of weird bobbing and weaving thing going on here that I find really enjoyable, and I'd like to see in play.
I would love to see this thing in play by me playing it, me smashing it, me smash hard, me smash.
Smash.
Penor erection. Go ahead and read our original armor of Hexes, Crow.
If a target cursed by your Hexblade's curse hits you with an attack roll, you can use a reaction to roll a d6. On a 4 or higher, the attack instead misses you, regardless of its roll. Basically, there's a 50-50 chance when someone attacks you while they're cursed, they just miss. Which is...
That's insane.
Insane, yeah. Kind of crazy.
With that being said, though, this was back during a time where you had one use of this feature per rest, so you were picking one dude who got this massive detriment for the big rival battle. Can't imagine the new one's anywhere near as strong given how much you can move it.
Yeah, and you have like 5 uses at this level.
Go ahead and read off the new Armor of Hexes.
When you take damage from the target cursed by your Hexblade's curse, you can take a reaction to reduce the damage taken by an amount equal to your Warlock level. Still pretty strong. That's like a flat 10, basically every turn when you get hit.
Right.
Which is... Sorry, a little bug just flew in from my window, and I just tried to slap it. I got it.
Good. I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
Classic bird. Sees a bug.
Yeah, sorry. It's the ADHD. I see that little thing, and it's just my whole focus gets turned to it. Anyway, it's dead now. It's in hell. So you take damage from the target cursed by your Hexblade's curse, but it's a reaction, and it's only like, what, 10 damage, 11, 12, 13, going up to 20, right? This is still pretty strong, considering you can use it 5 fucking times.
And all those previous features were designed specifically to not take up your reaction. That way you can consistently do this as much as you want.
More damage reduction overall, but less upfront. This will be less useful against like fighting a big boss, but it'll be more useful fighting like the elites leading up to them.
Personally, I'm a big fan of that. I like a feature that is a bit less powerful, but I can use more and not feel bad about using. Hard Smash pushes to the melee fantasy.
Smash, 100%.
Go ahead and read the old Master of Hexes.
Starting at 14th level, you can spread your Hexblade's curse from a slain creature to another creature. See, this is where things would get crazy.
Yeah.
You slay them, and then you can bounce it to the next guy, as long as they're within 30 feet, provided you aren't incapacitated. When you apply a curse in this way, you don't regain hit points from the death of the previously cursed creature. I think that last caveat's a little lame.
Go ahead and read the new Masterful Hex.
Level 14, Masterful Hex. The power of your Hexblade curse increases, granting the following benefits. Okay, the crit thing is back, baby.
It's back! You score a crit on a 19!
Yeah, and this time it makes more sense being later, because then it makes the dip much harder. I'm totally fine with this.
I think it's flavorful to get this later. Give me the stuff up front that's about tanking and being able to survive melee so I can do the melee fantasy early, and then boost it with a power boost later on with this crit thing. Anyways, that's just a part of the feature. Here's the rest.
Explosive Hex. When you deal damage to a target cursed by your Hexblade's curse, you can cause your curse to explode with sinister energy. The target in each creature of your choice within a 30-foot emanation originating from the target takes 3d6 necrotic, psychic, or radiant damage, your choice, and their speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start of your next turn. Once you use this benefit, you can't use it again until you finish a long rest unless you expend a pact magic slot. Oh, that's kind of cool.
That is kind of cool. I don't fully know how I feel about it, but it's really cool.
It's a little late, but like, I don't know, like it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, given that you're getting it on top of other things, yes, it's late, and I don't think I would spend a whole pack magic slot just to do a little explosion.
Wait a second.
It's a big emanation.
I just realized something.
Hit me.
It says the target each creature of your choice. Is this part of the attack? Can this be part of a crit? There's no save.
When you deal damage to it, there is no save. That's a good point. People are just taking this damage, which is nice. It is a guaranteed 3d6.
Is it part of the attack, though?
When you deal damage, I don't think so.
Right, because the order of operations, right?
I think it's an order of operations thing of like, it's after you've dealt the initial damage, then boom.
Would you rule it that way if somebody rolled a 19 and then they wanted to explosive hex?
It's so dependent because I feel like it's so fun for the original creature to take a whole bunch of bonus damage, but it could just be ridiculous because 6d6 with no saving throw to 30 feet around it and not your allies because you pick and choose would probably be too strong.
And then they're all slowed too.
Right.
That's a little crazy. It might be a little crazy.
It's a little crazy.
It turns from where we're at right now, where we're kind of like, to be like, oh God. You know?
Yeah, this is still fun. Anyways, there's one last part, and then we'll decide.
Hextoration, Hex restoration. You regain 1 expended use of Hexblade's curse when you finish a short rest, or use your magical cunning feature. What's magical cunning?
I forget. This is attached to basic stuff. Let's see here. You can perform an esoteric rite for 1 minute. At the end, you regain expended magic spell slots, but no more than a number equal to half your maximum.
Oh.
So, just an easier way to get back your spell slots.
So how do you feel about this? Because I really like getting the short rest Hexblade's curse back to get one of them back, or using your magic cunning so you could get a total of basically 2 of these, maybe a little bit more back between your long rests.
In some ways, and granted this might play different than I think, but reading it, I almost feel like that's a bit of a moot point because you already get like 5 of them. But I do like it. I do really like that.
It basically means by the time you reach 14th level, you have like an infinite uptime on your Hexblade's curse.
I feel like with how this plays, you will have effectively infinite uptime at level 14 for sure.
You're only really going to use it on like elites or like healing in a pinch against like smaller like minion enemies, right? But now you have more flexibility with that. You can use it on more lower hit point targets in a fight to be able to keep your healing uptime pretty consistent, especially since the way they did it this time, it's not bouncing around and you get the 5 uses and every time it does the heal too. So this basically like 5th-tuples the amount of healing you were getting originally.
No, I think this is awesome. Masterful Hex gets a smash from me, dude.
Smash.
I'm getting in there.
You're getting sloppy with it too, damn.
I'm getting fucking sloppy with it, man. Like, I think they took every single issue I had with the original Hexblade and made it great. I've always been in the camp of I really loved the flavor of the Hexblade, but I thought the execution was mediocre. Not bad, just not great.
I agree.
Not quite what I wanted.
It didn't actually encourage you to be melee.
Exactly. And granted, I don't think this massively encourages you to be melee either, but several of its features are kind of melee locked, and it promotes the melee play because it makes the melee form.
It rewards you for it.
Yeah, it rewards you for it, and it enables it way easier. So to recap, I just said that this subclass doesn't encourage melee play, but it does enable it easier and reward you for it. Despite whatever that oxymoron was supposed to mean, could you please excuse me for a second?
2 in a row, baby. We just got 2 perfect scores in a row! Whoa! I am hyped, I'm crawling out of my skin, and most importantly, I'm kinda turned on. I feel like this new Hexblade is exactly what I wished the prior one was, and I'm not surprised in the slightest that it's received the coveted 5 out of 5. You know what else is a 5 out of 5? Jacob Crowe of the Crow's Perch. You can find his channel, first link in the description, where he frequently covers D&D horror stories and other related shenanigans. In all seriousness, I have been a massive fan of Crow's for years now, so it was an absolute blast to be able to work with him. And if you want to see an insane video I was in over on his channel, it's the video on the end card. And you can also join my Patreon, or I'll take you down into the depths of hell. You'll be like Drifter Star, Grant Breeze, Duncan Cunny, Cody Jones, 𝙂𝙍𝘼𝘉𝘋, and Nolan Widmer. People who are even more badass than the Hexblade Warlock. Wait, hold on. Is the Ancestral Sorcerer just magical nepotism? God damn it.